The following interview aired on Israel's Channel 14 in Hebrew. What you're about to hear is not a direct translation, but a faithful, powerful retelling of the story in English. This is a story everyone needs to hear. The host begins. We're joined tonight by someone whose story is unlike anything you've ever heard. Yaron Avraham. Yaron, good evening. Good evening. Thank you for having me. You know, people call me brave for speaking out, but I'm not trying to be a hero. In my experience, heroes get crucified, and I'm not ready to die. I love life now, but I didn't always. I was born in Lod, Israel, to a deeply religious and radical Muslim family, part of the Islamic movement. From the outside, we looked like any traditional household. Inside, it was a prison of silence and fear. When I was 9 years old, my sister was murdered, an honor killing. Her name was known, her face unforgettable, but to this day, she's officially listed as, quote, missing. That was the moment everything changed. I was different. I asked questions. I wanted to understand. And that made me dangerous. So they sent me away. As a punishment, I was exiled from my home and sent to Gaza, not for a week, not for a month, but for more than 5 years. I lived in a mosque in Gaza City. It was called Sahaba, near Shifa Hospital. 5.5 years of what I now understand was brainwashing. We were taught that the highest purpose in life was death, that the most sacred thing you could do was die for Islam, specifically to kill Jews and become a martyr. Every day we were surrounded by death, cemeteries, martyr stories, kissing the hands and feet of dead terrorists. And when I turned 14, they took it even further. They placed me in a real, open grave. I lay there as a group of boys and teachers circled around me, chanting verses from the Quran, preparing me for the day my soul would leave my body, preparing me to die. That moment marked me forever. I can still feel the earth around me. I can still hear the prayers. Eventually, I was sent to another radical community, this time in the West Bank. Another year and a half of the same thing, but at age 16, I broke. I ran away. By a miracle, I was taken in by 3 people who saved my life: an Israeli politician, his assistant, and a kind man from Eilat. They gave me food, a bed, a future. I joined the IDF. Later, I served in the Givati Brigade. And by the time I was 30, I realized something profound. My entire life was intertwined with the Jewish people. People ask me, why did you convert? Why leave Islam? And my answer is always the same. 2 words: sanctity and life. In the world I came from, life meant nothing. Death was celebrated, but when Jews took me in, they didn't ask if I was Arab. They gave me food, clothes, a place to sleep. They taught me something I had never known, that life is sacred. That lesson hit me hardest on October 7th. For 3 days, I couldn't sleep, not just because of what happened, but because of what I had been taught to do to Jews. What I witnessed in Gaza wasn't about land. It was never about borders. It's a religious war. They say it's about occupation. That's a lie. In all my years in Gaza and the West Bank, not once did I hear the word occupation. It was always about Jews, about destroying them. And here's the thing most Muslims won't say out loud. The Quran itself acknowledges that the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. But in the mosques, they never mention that. They only teach hate. I watched with my own eyes as 13-year-old boys were beheaded, suspected of having an inappropriate relationship. I don't know if it was true. It didn't matter. They were executed publicly, and we were told it was justice. This is what we're up against. And yet in Israel, there are Arab politicians sitting in the Knesset, collecting salaries, driving Zionist-funded cars, refusing to condemn the slaughter of Jewish women and children. Let me tell you, the massacre on October 7th wasn't a military operation. It was the murder of babies in their beds, and anyone who stays silent is complicit. Do I believe it could happen again? 100%. Whether it's Gaza, the West Bank, or Arab communities inside Israel, the same ideology burns beneath the surface. I've heard the sermons, I know the words. There is no difference. If Israel wants to survive, it must win, not just battles, but the war of ideas, the war for truth, the war for life. And Israel will win, because it has one thing the enemy doesn't: a promise from God. Thank you.